when we look at why people become miserable, it's because one of their six core needs are not being met. And one of the six core needs is growth. And if you ever stop growing, you will find yourself just becoming so miserable. And you probably won't even know why you're miserable. But that'll be the reason why. Because you've lost purpose or you've lost focus or where you want to go. It's like people go through and they work their backsides off at 15, 16, 17, and they get a great end of year result, and then they get to go into the uni that they want, and then now they go for 3, 4, 5, 6 years, and they finally get to become what they want to become, and they land their job, and then all of a sudden, we're miserable. Hold on. Why are we miserable? Because you've now achieved what that goal was, and you haven't bothered going, great, well, this is my next growth opportunity. This is how I'm going to grow continuously. And the people who are at 60, 70, 80, 90, I saw something the other day, 90, they were 94, probably more active than probably what most 60 to 70-year-olds are. It's like, why? How? What's your secret? It's like, well, I get up and I've always got a purpose of what I'm going to achieve. And there's no way that I'm just not going to achieve it. And here's someone who's 94. And the smile and the energy was, I said, most people who are in their 40s and 50s and 60s, they've already given up on life.
Yeah.
And that's just simply because they're not growing anymore. And I don't want to sound negative here, but growth is not just simply we get a great job, we find a partner, we have children, if that's your growth, I'm sorry, you're about to be in for a shock when you reach later years in life. You need something that excites you, that really stirs your passion. You should be alongside a partner, supporting one another in that. But if you don't have something within you, that core need is going to not be met, and you will be miserable very soon.
You used a word there, which I like to use a lot, and it was excite. So something that young people are always hearing is kind of this: is like, you got to, what's your purpose? Figure out what your purpose is and choose a degree based on that. You got to figure out what is your purpose, and it's so hard to do when you're 17, because most people I know who are 40 don't know what their purpose is still. So it's like, how can a 17-year-old who's just or 18-year-old about to make one of the biggest decisions of your life, choosing the career they want to choose, know what their purpose is? And so I like to just try and encourage, okay, what currently excites you, and try follow that. And it's probably going to change. What your purpose is going to change, or you might be this way, as you mentioned. What you were sports, then you were doing coaching, and now you've had 6 businesses. It changes.
Yeah. So your purpose isn't probably going to change. 1,000%, it will change, and that's absolutely fine. Don't feel that what you do now is what you need to do in 4 years' time, in 10 years' time, in 15 years' time, in 20 years' time. Okay, you are always going to evolve as a person. You're going to come across people that completely change your world, better or worse. You're going to come across people which give you opportunities that you probably a year ago didn't even believe could even take place. I think that the big thing around, okay, so I'm 16, I'm 17, I'm 18, or I've just finished uni and I just think I've wasted 3 years of my life because it's not what I need to do. That's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
Perfect. Find what excites you now. Give it a go. It's either going to work and continue, or it's not.
And you're still 23 years old.
Yeah.
You've just finished uni. You're 23 years old. You feel like you're old. I've just spent 3 years doing a degree. Now I'm not interested in that. Look at how many successful people started at 40 and 50. You've still got so much time to figure out, chase what currently excites you. But I feel like people do 3 years of uni, and then they'll go, well, I've already committed 3 years of my life. Even though I'm not interested in it anymore, I've got the degree, I might as well keep pursuing it. And then they're 20 years down the track and they're still doing something that they actually never wanted to do in the first place.
Yep. No, correct. So that needs to be the thinking. Technology changes, widgets, gadgets, what we do change. You've got no possible way to know in 5 years' time what's going to be there and around the corner. So don't even bother trying to plan for it. Plan for what is going to make you happy, what's going to fulfill you. As I say to people, what's going to fill your cup? Because if you ain't filling your cup every single day, you're miserable. And there is no point being miserable in today's world. There is no need to be miserable. Your key things are just constantly remove your ego, get rid of your 2 million-year-old brain and just simply say, yeah, thanks, brain, but do something anyway. And just work on you being an amazing person, and everything else will fall into place when it's supposed to and how it's supposed to.
Yeah, I love that. I love because that was something that was a shift for me. It was like, as I mentioned, the dating, there's probably a lot of young people can relate to this. Like, don't focus on them, focus on yourself, and then they'll come. Or chase success and the girls will come, or the boys will come, or whatever. And obviously success, I want to make clear, isn't just money. It's everything we've mentioned. It's removing your ego. It's having a purpose, as you mentioned. It's following what excites you. And then on top of that, it could be kids and family and all that sort of stuff. But having that as a foundation and having goals is, I guess kind of what I would consider success. I know it's a bit of a grey term, like what is it? But I think that's definitely success.